List dot split iterator. What iterator? Split. Do you want to do parallel processing? No. Do you want to do parallel processing, guys? No. Tell me now. Hmm. See, when should I go for stream, sir? I just don't want to read the data. I want to do some aggregate operation. I want to get count of records. I want to get what? Count of records. I want to get what? Come on. Hmm. I want to get count of records. I want to get what? I want to get only ID values. I want to get only names. I want to get only this one. In that situation only we have to worry about this process. Otherwise we cannot worry about this process. Getting my point there or not there? Clear, my dear? Got the point, my dear? Come on. Yes. Stream support dot list dot split iterator. Come on. Yeah, what is this? For each system dot for each system dot out dot println. Sir, at the end one and the same. Nah, yes, one and the, because right now my thought is printing the things. That's why it looks same, guys. Okay. Now listen. Let's do that work also. Into count is equal to, what is there? Into count is equal to stream support dot stream list dot split iterator dot where is this? What is there, guys? Count. What is there, guys? Count. Add cast to long. Yeah, let's take this one as a long now, my dear. Let's take this one as a long now, my dear. Come on, everyone. Yes. Sys out number of records. What is there? Plus count. Sysout's number of records. This split iterator is nothing but it splits the collection into two parts. Try to do processing it. It's iterator, boss. Iterator, split iterator, all are what? Create split iterator over elements described by this iterable. That means iterator. I think you might have seen iterator in collections to go through each element. They are called cursors in collections, right? Yeah. So we are able to get the count of records now, boss. Use streaming API on collection, not to just read and display the records of the elements, to perform additional operations on the collection, to manipulate collections data like aggregate operations. I want to collect a specific property value. Come on. Out of so many elements, I want to get few elements only. In that situation, streaming API is good. Look at this streaming dot, stream dot, see, collected, distinct, is there na? Only unique doctors will come. Okay, find any, find first, flat map, again, yesterday we used a flat map, guys, to get only ID values. To get only ID values, we have used a flat map or not, guys? Yeah, that's the purpose of what streaming API. I think you studied or not studied? Faye, please don't keep surprising faces. Okay. Okay, that's what count. Yeah, now, okay, yesterday we got only ID values, right? Yeah, today I would like to get only specialization values. Okay, shall we try that? Here semicolon, guys. List string specialities list. List string specialities list. Tell me here what is there? stream support dot stream. Give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah, come back, guys. Stream dot. What is there? List dot. Split iterator comma false dot flat map. What my flat map? Doctor colon. What's the method we got? Get specialization. Get specialization. Dot collect. What is there? Collectors dot to list. Collectors dot to list. What's happening? Flat map get specialization. This is incompatible to return type. Descriptors return type. Yeah, what is the one we are taking? List string, not list string, guys. Iterable string. That also gives iterable. Not. What's happening, guys? What is there? No, that is that when you use scope operator, it will be used like this only. We used map yesterday. Map, okay, we'll go for map. I think it's a map, it's not flat map, okay? Yes, we got it, guys. Right. Here, what is there? Sys out, specialist list. Specialist list. Okay, that's great. So shall we go for enhanced for loop, guys? Enhanced for loop. How to use enhanced for loop, guys? Doctor doc. Doctor doc. Where is this list? Sys out doc. That is enhanced for loop. Shall we go for traditional for loop, my dear? Shall we go for what? Traditional for loop. For into I is equal to 1, 0, 0, 0. I less than list dot I less than list dot size. Oh, now problem is there. Do you have size method in iterable? It is there only in what? Collection. So then we have to get something which gives me count of records or not there. Count of records size are one and the same, na? But count is already there at the top. I less than count. Come on. Plus I. Already we got the count na in other approach, right? No, that is not wasted. Sys out. Sys out. What is there, guys? List dot get off I. Actually, here get method is also not there. List dot get off I. The problem is all these are not there in iterable, but we are looking to have what? Iterable over there. So if you want to use traditional for loop, you have to convert that iterable collection into what? List collection. But not through typecasting. Okay, guys. Not through what? Typecasting. So Let's see. Through streaming API, we'll try for that. Okay, na? List doctor. List one is equal to list doctor. List one is equal to. Tell me next one. Docs. No, no, not that. Not that. Yeah, fine. Already we got a listener, boss. We have to convert that into stream support dot. What support dot? Stream support dot stream. Tell me here. List dot split iterator comma fall. Okay. Here two list is there now, boss. What's the return type? List doctor belonging to streaming API. Two list is there or not there? I'm not doing typecasting. Without doing typecasting, I converted a trouble to what? List collection. So now, can I say list one dot? List one dot get off I. List one dot get off I. So we are printing one by one or not there? See, actually printing only this much requirement is not there. I'm creating so many requirement so that I can introduce methods of collection API, streaming API, nothing else. Okay, na? Because nowadays no one is using enhanced for loop or what traditional for loop. Everyone is preferring to work with what? For each method. What method, guys? For each. Run as a Java application. Yeah, same and so many times same output will come. So many times same output. Number of records are 7. Only specializations are gathered. Remaining all are as expected, boss. That's not a grade. Okay, na? Okay. Super. Okay, let's see the internals now. Let's look at the internals now. Database software. Select star from JPA underscore doc underscore info. Select star from JPA underscore doc underscore info. That gives me results set object having set of records or not, guys? That definitely gives me results set object having set of records or not, guys? Yeah. Each record is copied to one object of doctor class, and all these objects are added to list collection. All these objects are actually this is the painful work in JDBC coding, but here things are happening in the internal only, na. So I'm giving internal JDBC code also. We already written such code. We prepared statement object pointing to the query. We executed the query. We got the result set object. And here a trouble object is created pointing to list collection where we got each record into doctor object added to doctor object, adding the doctor object to list collection or not? Adding the doctor object to list collection or not, guys? Okay, that's great, guys. Here also multiple approaches are kept, but I want to give more sophisticated approach. So can I paste various ways of processing that content, guys? Okay, now listen. From Java 8 onwards, from Java 8 onwards, from what? Java 8 onwards, we can use for each method. We can use for each method. What method, guys? We can use for each method. Where is this? read and process the elements. To read and process the to read and display the element. Read and display the element values. Okay, na? Right. But if you want to perform aggregate operations, aggregate operations or okay, aggregate operations or what is that subgrouping operations? What operations? Subgrouping operations. Subgrouping operations or next conversion operations. A trouble to this one, right? Conversion operations. Then prefer using what, guys? Then prefer using streaming API. Streaming API. Then you have to better to prefer working with the streaming API or not, guys. Okay, that's great. So we have, I closed Eclipse idea. No, it's there. This is my runner class, guys. This is my runner class. This is my runner class. Yeah, this is the internal code now, boss. Come on, everyone. Yes, next one. Why we are not using at the rate repository annotation in Spring Data JPA, Spring Boot Data JPA application? We need not to use. Why? Are we developing DAO class manually? No. Are we seriously developing DAO class manually? No. It is dynamically generated one or not, guys? Okay. In Spring Boot Data JP application, we just develop what? Custom repository interface having inherited methods and optional custom method. For these methods, implementation logics will be given by Spring or Spring Boot Data JPA in the dynamically generated in-memory proxy class that is implementing custom repository interface, and that class internally becomes what? Spring Bean using at the rate repository. Since we are not developing DAO class manually, there is no need of what? Placing repository interface. Our at the rate repository is coming automatically on the top of what? In-memory proxy class that we are passing. The in-memory proxy class that is generated implementing our custom repository interface will get repository annotation automatic. Will get repository annotation automatically. Yes, boss. This is my iterable T, guys. Here is my what? Find all by ID. Okay, this is find all by ID. I don't want all record. Whatever IDs I give, only those records I want. Yes? Okay. In the documentation, small mistake I found, guys. IDs must not be null. That means total collection you cannot pass as a null, but elements can be null. Collection elements can be null. Come on, listen. Suppose I passed four IDs, boss. Two are there, two are not there. You will get two records. I passed three IDs, one is null. Okay, null will be ignored, remaining things will be taken. But I have not passed any collection having IDs. I just passed null. You will get exception. See, overall it should not be null, but inside the collection elements can be null. IDs, here IDs means what? This collection. That cannot be null. But inside the collection elements can be null. Okay, guys. To be more clarity, IDs collection. IDs collection elements can be null. IDs collection elements can be null. Okay. Guaranteed me not null. The size can be equal or less than of given IDs. You give 10 IDs, only 9 records are there. You will get 9 elements only in the result. What's the return type? Regular iterability only. Illegal argument exception. In case given ID is null, total collection is null, not the elements. IDs collection elements can be null, guys. Are you getting my point there, guys? This is what we discussed. List integer new gives mutable list collection. That means we can add, remove, modify the element values because that's a mutable. Okay. Set data of, list data of, map data of, etc. methods are introduced from what? Java 9. And these methods are written immutable collection object. That means once elements are added to collection, they cannot be modified. Moreover, these collections do not allow null values as the elements. List integer list 1, list dot of 10, 20, 30, list 1 dot add 40, list integer list 2, list dot add null, throws null pointer exception. Why I'm trying to modify now, boss? This also modification, this also modification, right? While creating a immutable collection, null cannot be element value. If you try to put, you will get error. Are you getting my point? Moreover, these collections do not allow null values as the element. List dot of, set dot of, map dot of should be immutable collection. Once you decide the content, that is final. No question of addition, deletion, modification. If you are okay with that, then only go by this. Otherwise, you create the collections by using regular new operator. You know, mutable, immutable, you might have heard these words. String buffer, immutable, string, mutable. Any change in string, new object is created. It won't modify existing object data. String buffer, there is a possibility of modifying data of the existing object or not. String buffer is immutable or mutable or mutable. If I modify string content 10 times in a string class object, 10 objects of string class are created. Yes, na boss? String buffer, string builder, both are immutable. If you modify 10 times, all modifications are going to happen in single object on. All modifications are going to happen in what? Single object on. Okay. Let's see, find all by ID method was. Let's notice how to work with this find all by ID. Iterable, what is there? Iterable. Doctor. Find all by IDs. Find all doctors. Find all doctors by IDs. Okay. Yeah, you can pass as iterable integer IDs. Iterable integer IDs. That's great. Okay, boss. Here is the story. Find all doctors by IDs. Integer, iterable integer IDs, boss. Iterable integer IDs. Yeah, tell me, guys. Doctor repo dot find all by IDs. Find all by IDs. Yeah, that actually written iterable collection only. That actually returns what? Iterable. If you want, you can check a message also. There you can check a message. That's not it. How many records have come, you can check it. So I'm just calling this method, guys. Go to what? Runner. Let's comment the existing one. Let's comment the existing one. Okay. Yeah. What's the method we are having? Iterable. Iterable doctor IT is equal to. Iterable doctor IT is equal to. Tell me. Doc service dot find doctors by IDs. List dot of 101 not there, 102 there. Okay, in the database, what is there? 103 there. 103 there. Okay, array is 1 minute, 901. Few are there, few are not there. Are you getting my point? So here, IT dot for each, what is there? Doc. System dot out dot println doc. Where is this? Catch exception E dot print stack trace. Okay. So how many records have come? Only two has come. Though I have given four IDs. We got only two now, boss. We just got the two, right? Yes. Okay. Now, what I do? Int count is equal to. Yeah, we are. Let's convert that iterable into what? From there, I want to get the count. Stream support to dot. What is there? Stream. IT dot split iterator comma fall dot count. Okay, that says I will give long value. You also take the long. That says I will give long value. You also take the long. Okay, here the message. What is the message? Sys out. Count number of doctors are found with the given IDs. With the given IDs. We got them or not, guys? Right click, run as Java application. Yeah. Doc service dot find all doctors by IDs. List dot of 101, 102, 103, and what? 9001. Are you going to get, are you getting this point, guys? Number of doctors are found with given IDs. ID dot for each dog, guys. ID dot for each dog. Number of doctors are found with what? Given IDs. Are you getting my point here, guys? Come on, everyone. Super. Okay. Comfortable, my dear. Got it, guys. Okay, now listen. Come here. I try to pass null value. Everyone thinks that it's error because of find all by IDs. No, it's error because of list of does not allow null values. Are you getting my point? So elements can be null, but list of does not allow null value. That's why error is coming. You will get exception. Definitely red mark. Okay. But don't blame the find all by ID. Find all by ID happily allows guy. Okay. So here you remove this. I will give IDs in other angle. I'll give IDs as what? List integer IDs is equal to new array list of IDs dot add 101, IDs dot add 102, IDs dot add, okay, 52, IDs dot add 451. Something na? Here we are having IDs na, boss? Yes. Run as Java application. Okay, how many things are there, guys? Two things are. How many things are there, guys? Two things. Clear, my dear? Come on, everyone. Is that clear or not? I want reply, guys. Okay. Okay, see here this. So all doctors by ID null throws illegal argument exception. So all doctors by null throws null pointer exception. Okay, arrays dot as list valid. As arrays dot as list will, it is not using off method, right? Okay, I'll show that version also, boss. We can create list collection in many ways, my dear. Suppose I am not creating like this. I decided to create in another way. What is the another way? List integer IDs is equal to. Achha, 1 minute, 1 minute. I have to show. First, in previous one also, I have to show by adding one null, na? Then it makes sense, right? IDs dot add null. Yeah, when I add a null in list dot of, we got exception. So let me add the same null over there. Run as Java application. No error. Earlier error came, now no error. So that means problem with what? List dot of. Problem is not with find all by ID, right? To realize this, I have taken 2 days time, Initially, I thought that, oh, it is not allowing null, null, null. But later, when I analyzed the listed off method limitation, then I realized I used to say documentation is wrong. ID can be null, cannot be null. Elements can be null, I have given, right? So that I have done after going for some analyzation, boss. Okay, I don't create list like this. I'll try to create list. List integer IDs is equal to arrays dot as list. Arrays dot as list. 102, 52. What is there? 451 likes. 451 like this. Right, boss. Right click on it. Run as. What is there? Java. Run as a Java application. Now output is coming. But in this one, I will try to put null also. Okay, is there any problem? No problem. Only list dot off, set dot off, null cannot be passed. So don't link every error with what? The repository method errors. Yeah, now two records are there. We are getting both the records are not there. Okay, guys. This is about find all by IDs. Okay, now find by ID method is there. What method, guys? Find. But find by ID method return type is what, guys? Optional T. Look at the signature of find by ID. Find by ID, optional T. T means entity object. What is this optional object? Optional object is a container object. Either it can be empty or can hold other object. Either it can be remain as what? Empty. Can hold other object. For example, find by ID returning optional object. With the given ID, record is there. Record related object comes inside the optional object. Suppose with a given ID, record not there. What it will do? It returns empty optional object. Is there any chance of getting null value as the return value of the find by ID? Respond, right? Optional T. T is nothing but doctor object. Either you will get optional object containing doctor object or you will get empty optional object. Two possibilities, na? Yes, na, my dear. Okay, now in optional class we have a methods. Okay, is present, is empty kind of method. On optional object I call is present. Yes, if there. Contained object is there. Container object holding doctor object. If doctor object is there inside the optional object, what I do? From optional object, I try to get the doctor object. Doctor doc is equal to optional object dot get. You will get access to that object now, boss. So we will display the object. Okay. Optional object dot is empty. If it is empty, I will write the message no record form. Suppose they have given return type as return type of find by ID method as a T. T means what? Doctor. So how many possibilities are there? Two possible. Record found, it returns doctor object. When record not found, what it can return? Null. When null is there in reference variable, when you try to call the method, you will get null pointer exception or not. Array, that means optional object is very, very useful to avoid null pointer exception in the applications. To avoid null pointer exceptions in the application. So how to create optional object by keeping another object inside it? Optional dot off method is there as a static method. Right? How to check whether optional object is having other object or not? Is present or is empty? Two methods are there. How to get access of that object, sir? Get method is there. In one option object, how many other objects can be placed, sir? One object. This is very important. One option object can have another object as the inner object. No question of keeping multiple objects. That's why off method ready to take one object, get method ready to get that one object. So if I call off method two times with two different objects, second one will override the first one. Optional dot of new student object. First student. Optional dot of new customer object in the same way, in the same place. Then it will replace. Otherwise, create another optional object. Otherwise, it creates what? Another object. Okay. Option dot of does not allow null. It is there to hold what? Another object. How does it holds null? Definitely it does not allow us to hold null. Clear, my dear? Come on. It's a very popular feature in Java 8, guys. It is a Java 8 feature which gives optional object containing another object. Optional API that can be invoked on optional object is very useful to check whether other object is stored inside the optional object or not. The optional object can store only one another object at maximum and at a time. Only one. Optional student OPT is equal to optional dot of new student of. Now student object is added to optional object now, boss. Here student object is added to optional object or not, guys? What is this method? Static method. This is optional object. Inside this, we have a student object or not, guys? Optional student OPT is equal to optional dot empty. We need to remove the object. To remove optional dot empty means empty optional object is created. If you want to OPT dot empty also you can call, guys. That will empty the existing object. It creates a new optional object containing emptiness. Okay, guys. Next. If OPT dot is present, optional object is having another object. Else, optional object is not having another object. 1 minute. I'll. When another object is there, we can get the object also now, boss. So can I say student ST is equal to what is this? OPT dot get off. Student ST is equal to OPT dot get off. Optional object is not having another object. Student ST OPT dot what? Get off. Is that clear, my dear, or not, guys? Come on, everyone. If OPT1 dot empty of empty object, else OPT empty object is having what? Another object. But anyhow, OPT is not having another object. So anyhow, there is no question of getting it. Get an object from optional object. What is there? OPT dot get. Optional API in Java 8 is given to avoid null point exception in the execution of Java application, especially while dealing with what? Method whose return type is class name. Suppose find by ID return type doctor. Let us assume. How many possibilities are there for find by ID? Returning doctor object. When record not there, what it has to return? Null. We capture that return value null into doctor class reference variable doc. If we call doc dot toString, null pointer exception. Doc dot get DID, null pointer exception. But generally we go in positive mind. We say doctor doc is equal to repo dot find by ID 101. Later what we do? System dot out dot println doc. Okay, when doc is there in SOP, toString is called. ToString is called on reference variable which is having null. You will get null pointer exception. If it is optional object, before printing we have a provision to check whether doctor object came into optional object or not. If came, access and get process. If not came, display the error message. Is it not interesting, Ra Babu? Come on, everyone. Okay. Lot of methods are there in optional API, guys. Optional API docs. Optional API docs. Look at the methods, guys. These many methods are there, These many methods are there in optional API. Every method is having its importance. Yeah. Come on. We don't use find by ID directly. First, we develop one core Java application without optional API with optional API. Then we will get more need of what? Optional object, optional API. Then we will start understanding find by ID. Right? Okay, tomorrow means when? Next class, Monday. Next class will be on Monday, guys. I think yesterday itself I uploaded the notes, but I will modify the content. I have added extra content now. Let's go. What's your batch code? 717. 7:30 a.m. Where is this? Spring Boot data JPA. File upload. File upload. Tell me. 717. 717. Next one. Spring Data JPA. Session 5. Open this. Upload. Oh. Arshatalam, everything comes in order. We just entered into CRUD repository, right? And moreover, right now what you are learning is also mapping. I understood your question. You are talking about association mapping. Association mapping we learn as the last few topics of this module. Because that's the last advanced topic in the course, guys. Right. Thank you, guys. We'll meet on Monday. I hope you are enjoying CRUD repository.